Hello, my dear friends. I wanted to show you a little dilemma that I have, and I think you'll kind of get a chuckle at, as my husband says, "Well, that's a Peggyism if I ever heard one." Um, I have an abundance of Everglades tomato seedlings, as you can tell. I have them everywhere. I'm starting them, but here's my story. I planted those Everglades tomatoes last year, and I kept meaning to take some of the tomato seeds, and I did. I took some of the little tomatoes. You know, they're very tiny. They look like a large blueberry is about the size of them, and I placed them on top of of paper towel. And as they were drying, I kind of just took my finger and smeared them onto the paper towel and kept thinking, yeah, well, I'll eventually scrape them off and put them somewhere. Well, I came out here with my paper towels the one day, and I thought, gee, I wonder if I put it down here on my nice Meals on Wheels. This is almost all worm castings. There's so many worms in here, I don't know what to do with them. I'm like the old woman in the shoe, you know. Anyway, so I put the paper towel down, and I had it, you can just see little remnants of it. Anyway, they were, you know, what is it, select the size, where it's like a half of a paper towel. So I had it laying here, and I had it laying here for a couple weeks. Well, it didn't seem to do anything. And you know, it got blown away, and so I kind of turned it over, and I had it on the other side, and so finally I said, oh, the heck with it, I'll just scrape a little spot down here, and I will lay this paper towel down, and I'll put some dirt over it, and whatever happens, happens. Well, you know, jump forward a couple weeks, and I've been showing you this Meals on Wheels, and I think 3 weeks ago was when I did my strawberry slurry that I had here that I got all the worms off of. Well, after that was when I put the paper towel down, and I thought it'll be fine. Well, my goodness, we had some heavy duty rain, and of course the rain came through the screen, this nice screen here, and it got this beautiful mist, and I kind of forgot about it, didn't really think about it. All of a sudden I came out here and I had tomato seedlings everywhere. I mean, there have to be, I've already pulled out some of the little things little starts that just, they haven't gotten to their first true leaves yet, but I've pulled out about a dozen of those, like, you know, like this one that's just really too tiny for me to deal with. But anyway, I thought, gee, if I really don't need 50 little plants, but if I made them into these little 4-packs, maybe I could give them away to my neighbors, or, you know, if I know anybody who wants any of these, I'm not going to send them through the mail, but, you know, if I knew somebody who might like a few. But as you can see, like some of these, like this, you know, some of these that are really tiny, I'm not going to bother with. But I hate to throw them all away. So what I'm going to do after like these is that I've come up with this idea of just a egg carton. It's a styrofoam egg carton. Our Publix does not have cardboard anymore for some reason or other, so we're all into styrofoam. But I can't really recycle this. I mean, I can, but what are they going to do with it? So anyway, I've cut holes in it. You can see I've cut holes in it, and I've cut it away from the top. So the top is going to be my little drain, and granted, it's only barely an inch, but I thought maybe I could just scoop a dozen of these in here and see if I can find somebody who would like to have some tomato seedlings, and I could always cut them apart and do 4-packs that way. But anyway, that's my little funny little tale, is that sometimes, use a marker, you know, put down something that says, hey, I have 50 tomato seeds here, and I want to get back to my worms to see who's under here. And I have to tell you, I was every little scoop that I was taking, you can see there's just loads of cocoons. I'm hitting the cocoons more than I'm hitting the worms, but you can feel that it's sticky. And you can see that, can't you? That this is just, these are castings. That's not soil. Let me just go down a little further. Oops, sorry. Oops, I think I nailed somebody. Let me get my trusty fork and see if I can show you. It's just really packed in there, and I haven't turned it in 3 weeks, so I'm in every one of the other ones that I planted. It was just coming up that, well, there's a worm and there's a casting. I mean, I could just take this whole thing apart. When I went through it before and I was looking, I could see that I just had worms the whole way along here. It wasn't a matter of where they clustered. They were just everywhere. Come here, baby. Anyway, I won't hold you. I just wanted to show you that I not only have plenty of worms, I have plenty of tomato plants. I already have about 20 out in the garden of aroma type tomato, but could you imagine if you had 50 of these little Everglades tomatoes? They are an indeterminate, and they just keep growing and growing and growing. I had them on the side of the house, and they're probably a good 12 feet high now, and if I had some sort of a trellis, I could probably do an archway of them. So anyway, that was all I wanted to show you. It's a kind of a strange day here. I won't say gloomy, but there's no sun, and we're expecting rain today, and you can probably hear the wind in the back, and things are starting to leaf off. The plumeria are leafing out really nice. The crepe myrtle are. I don't know if you can see over here, but that's a Florida red maple, and it's starting to send out. The leaves that come out in the beginning are red, and then it kind of turns to green, and then in the fall they turn red again. So anyway, I'll do a tour soon and show you everything that's going on. But anyway, garden what you've got. If you can think of little things like this would be a great school project. I don't know why I always think of that, but what a great school project. Take it to the school, and if they had some sort of planting program, we don't seem to have that around here, but shame on us. So garden what you've got, and I hope you'll subscribe and ring the bell and come back and see me again soon. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.